Hello, everybody. You're welcome to today's webinar. I'm always happy and delighted to have you at every point in time in our webinar time. And I've missed you. Yes, I know. I have missed you, and I'm happy that you are here. And today, our topic is something that get to bother some parents. I wouldn't say a lot of parents, some parents that trying to navigate their parenting, And our topic for today is how to raise grounded children in 2026 without burning out. It's easy to get burnt out. Yes, I was on that table many years ago because I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a strategy. I mean, it was so bad, it was terrible, But until I began to get myself exposed to knowledge and wisdom as regards. I mean, God orchestrated my path to line up with some coaches, mentors, that helped me a great deal in this parenting journey. And of course, you are a recipient of the blessings of, all of that training. Again, our topic is how to raise grounded children in 2026 without burning out. All right. Yeah. And one of the things I want you to do now is I want you to share this link, share to your friends, share to your family, share to all those that are around you that are connected to your child, because it's one thing for only you to be learning, and it's another thing for many other people that are around you to actually be learning. So I like to encourage you, share this link, share to all the people that are around you, your children's church teacher, your class teacher, share to those that are around you, and let us raise grounded children together. Yes, we pray, but in addition to our prayer, we also have to do the work. The Bible lets us know that faith without works is dead. In fact, take a pause, a 2-minute pause or 1-minute pause, and share this link to other people right now so that we can all be a part of today's webinar. Good evening again, and you are welcome back from the sharing of the link to different people in different part of the world. Thank you for being here. I know it might not be convenient for you, but hey, you are here and you are welcome. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a guardian, an educator, or someone who cares deeply about the next generation. I care deeply about the next generation, and that is why I put in a lot of work in my parenting journey. And of course, I'm here to hold you by your hand and help you as well in your own parenting journey. Yes, you are in the right place. I like for you to take a very comfortable position with your writing materials, with your notepad, and you are ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Strategies to help you parent better in this year 2026. Yeah, and of course, my name is Abiola Kielu. I'm also a pastor, so you can also call me Pastor Abiola Kielu. I'm also a coach, so you can call me Coach PB, as it were. So whichever one comes to you, you can call me that. But for those of the people in the 1-year accountability system, hello, shout out to you guys. Yeah, I am their favorite coach. They call me their favorite coach. Yeah, so no, you're not allowed to call me that. Only those people in the accountability system. All right. Okay. So we are going straight into our curriculum today, and I want you to know that a family that is focused on learning and upgrading themselves, of course, that kind of family will stand out in every area of their life, and of course even emotionally, and those kind of family will even help much more families stand on their feet, and we'll begin to raise very intentional children, in wherever we are, because we are intentional parents. And I tell people that until you rise, everybody that is under you would not rise. So you have to arise. Of course, that's why the Bible lets us know in Isaiah. It says, arise. It didn't just even say arise alone. It says, arise and shine. There's something you're supposed to be doing while you are rising. So until you arise, your children can't arise. It's not a curse, neither is it a prayer, but it is what it is. All right. So how to raise grounded children in 2026 without burning out. And of course, I want to say clearly to you, if parenting feels overwhelming now, you are not failing. Say to yourself, I am not failing. You are not failing. You are just, parenting in a very demanding time. One of the things I would like for you to do today, as my assignment for you, is that um, do a Google research and ask yourself, what would the world be like in the year 2020, 2060, 2070, 2080, 2100? Whatever you find means that you need to prepare. Yes, we are in the season of rapture. But if Christ tarries, we are still here. I mean, 5 years ago, we didn't know that AI was going to be like everywhere like this. But you see, hey, we are here, and we've heard news and series of stories of young people that are now dating AI, that are married to AI, that are in love with AI, that are doing all sort of stuff with AI, and some AI bot also telling them to take, on live themselves. And this is the world where we live in now. Hello, yeah, the world where we live in now. So you need to be prepared, because we are raising children in a world that is fast, in a world that is loud, in a world that is emotionally overstimulating and increasingly unstructured. People are busy doing all manner of stuff, and of course, we are also parenting in that same world. Children today are exposed to a whole lot more information, more pressure than our own time, more emotional noise, than our own time. Back in our own time, you can sometimes easily walk away from temptation, but hey, here they are everywhere, right at you. Everywhere, right at you. A child is holding a phone, and when you give a phone to your child, you are giving the whole world an access to your child. You might not be there, and all of these things have algorithms, so you might not be there when that thing or whatever it is that is targeting your child, hits their target. All right, of course, that's another discussion for another day on using the mobile devices for children. Yeah, digital education for children. So there is a whole lot. Back then, even it's very, for you to even look at some certain kind of videos, you probably have to hide or do something. But nowadays, you don't even have to. Right on your phone, you open your phone and boom, they are right there. So we are living in a very, very, very fast world. Okay, so many parents are still expected to figure it out alone, rely on trial and error, or maybe just try harder. And of course, that's why we have the FEM Academy, where we help you in a structured system. If you are a member of the academy, just say, I'm a builder, I'm a builder, I'm a builder. Yes, I'm a FEMA, I'm a builder, in the comment section. Yes, we know ourselves when we see ourselves. We are working hard night and day to reparent ourselves, to parent the children that we have in our hand, and to prepare for the future if Christ tarries. Okay, so that's why we have the accountability system, really, to help you, to hold you by your hand and help you move with speed, cut off distraction, and you don't have to figure out everything all by yourself. And I tell people that parenting, one of the things that you don't do in isolation is parenting. You don't do parenting in isolation. You don't do marriage in isolation. No, you don't do any of that stuff. You do it with a community of people that are going in your direction. You don't do it alone. You don't do life alone. All right. There's this saying that says, where the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Hey, let me bust your bubble. When the going gets tough, the tough should look for an accountability partner, so that the tough can finish his or her race and not die off in the middle of the race. Look for an accountability partner. Look for a structure. You find something in a family that they are doing that is okay, that you like. Don't just go there and be envying. Find out, ask questions. And of course, you cannot even use the same yardstick other people use in their family as yours, because you don't have the same family dynamics, you don't have the same children, you don't have all of that. I remember sharing with them in the community when we're talking about family, running your family as a business. In fact, that is a whole curriculum on its own, and we're working on some assignments. People are working night and day to structure their family. And I think one of the things that you want to do to yourself is that you want to be in the academy. Well, we're closed for this 2026 session, and we'll be reopening in 2027 December 1st. So the earlier you start booking your slots now, so that you can be on the front seat, you can be on the front row. We have carefully curated books that we're reading, structures, calendar, things that we're doing, and we're receiving massive and enormous testimonies. So don't do yourself a disfavor. Don't say, what are they going for 1 year? What are they going to be? Don't worry. When you get there, you will understand. Yeah, so parenting does not, you don't do, it's not by effort alone. Like I said, you need a community. So what does it mean to raise a grounded child? Of course, a grounded child might not be that your perfect child that you want to have. Yeah, might not be that perfect child. A grounded child, is emotionally stable, is secure in identity, knows who or she is. My kids, one of the things that we taught them was that on their identity, because if you don't know who you are, that is where you even start from. So we have to help them understand who they are, and when they want to introduce themselves to people, they carry on that identity to introduce themselves. And you hear my son say something like, my name is Jedediah Akinyelu and I am a Christian. That is his identity. That is who he is. You cannot come and tell him otherwise. Somebody somewhere cannot come and want to be planting some things. He will tell you, and I am a Christian. In fact, sometimes he will tell you, I'm more than a conqueror, and I know who I am. He will go on and on and on and on and on, and tell you all of that stuff. And he will tell you, I'm bold, I'm courageous. He will give you a CV. Okay, yeah. So somebody that is secure in identity, able to regulate their feelings, their emotional regulation, not just upset and throwing tantrums and all of that stuff. When all of that started happening in my house for my kids, one of the things that we put up was a simple family rule that guides them to know that, hey, it's okay to be upset. I mean, who is not upset? It's okay to be upset, but when you feel upset, take a deep breath 5 times. In out, in out, in out, in out, in out. And, you go into a corner, you want to have a moment alone, it's okay. Sometimes you want to cry, it's fine. You can cry. But nobody's going to tell you sorry for crying. It's an expression, you're expressing yourself. So, or sometimes maybe, especially my son, is trying to communicate something with crying. I said, no, that's emotional blackmail. You're not going to get me with that. Use your words. Nobody's a mind reader when you are crying, all of that stuff. So they guide their values and not fear. Yeah, they don't live in fear. All right. Yeah, like now family, we have our family values, and part of our family values is faith in God, love for one another, teamwork, collaboration, celebrating our culture and our heritage, honesty, respect. Those are our values in our own home. So they express all of that and not fear. All right, they express all of that, not fear. So they are supported by consistent adults. We are their parents. We are here. We are supporting them. Helping them and guiding them all the way. Yeah. And of course, they come from a predictable, emotionally safe environment. In our house, you don't react. When you react, that means something. We need to check our system. All right, we'll look at ourselves again. And the good news is that all of this can be learned. And of course, this is part of our core teaching in the FEM Academy. All right, you see, it keeps popping up. You can't escape from accountability. It's a new year, right? You say, maybe you tell yourself, new year, new me, new year, new me, new year, new me. It's 4 days now. That new me has evaporated. The thing that will make you get to the end of the year with a new year, new me is when you're disciplined and you have an accountability partner. If you are not consistent with your discipline, hey, like I tell people, motivation can be a trap. What is that? What does that mean? You can get up and say, I'm motivated. I want to lose 10 kg today. And you get on, but you don't have an accountability system. You don't have an accountability partner. Along the way, you just wonder that, what's there? I didn't kill anybody. Let me just enjoy my life, and just be adding all the kg and all the calories. But when you have a accountability, somebody that is checking you, you can say, oh, what happened? You added 2 kg today. Can we look at it? So somebody is, right there, helping you out. So accountability keeps you in check, helps you, not a monitoring spirit, not somebody that wants to know everything that is happening in your life. No, we have too many things happening in our own life to want to be involved in somebody else's life. All right. So that's what we do in the Film Academy. We help you raise well-grounded children. Let's be honest. Parents burn out when everything depends on them, when there is no structure, when there is no skill, when there is no strategy, when there is no system, when there is no schedule. They burn out. Yes, they burn out. Yes, so they burn out when there's no system, when there's no structure, when there's no strategy, when there's no skills, when there's no solution. And that's why you find out that you are reacting, you are shouting, you are screaming, you are yelling. One of the things that's we did for our kids this year was that we had a family meeting. From that family meeting, we asked them where they would like to see themselves. I mean, this is their life. As much as we are there to guide them, we also needed to find out what is in it for them. So we said, how do you see yourself at the end of 2026? And they told us what they wanted to see. And in fact, I was stunned at what age 5, age 7, you could see. In my own time, all of those things were beaten out of me. I couldn't even see anything. I just wanted to live till the next day. But they can see, and I mean, this is their vision. So they shared all of that with us, and they told us their challenges, what they wanted, what they needed more. And we went to their academics, their school last session. We looked through the report sheet. We studied it together. Okay, you need to do better here, you need to do better here, you need to do better here, you need to do better here. And before you know what's happening, I was able to write down their vision and goals for the year. I mean, this is for my daughter. My son has his own too. This is her vision board. See, that's her vision board for 2026. I mean, colorful, beautiful, all of the things that we want her, that she would like to achieve. And of course, in looking at her curriculum, her calendar, what we also want her to achieve. And of course, this is a milestone tracker. So after I generated that one, I also generated her milestone tracker. So every month we track, hey, are you on track? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Where are you? And we are able to, get all of that done. If you look at that chart again, you will notice that everything had its own time. There's nothing rushing into another person's time. So at a particular time, there's something you're supposed to be doing. At a particular time, there's something you're supposed to be doing. So that cuts off all of the distraction of, hey, mom, blah, 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 blah. I want to do this, I want to do that. There's something that you are supposed to be doing with your time. And of course, there's a lot of play in it. Everything is not uptight, like, hey, all modeled up. No, every day there's a lot of play. At least 1 hour play. There's a lot of play, creative play that is in line with their learning style, and of course with their love language. I'll explain that. You need to know a child that you are parenting to be able to prefer all of that solution. So after drawing the vision board, I was able to come up, because I understand them, I know how they learn. So I was able to generate activities based on how they learn. My daughter is a kinesthetic learner, and of course a visual learner. So anything that she sees and with her hand, stays more. So all of our activities are in that line, such that she wants to play. All right. So imagine all of that. How am I going to be reacting and shouting? Hey, with children, test your boundaries. Of course they will. But once they do that, I take them back to the chat. I say, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing at this time. Or probably they ask me for screen time, because they usually have screen time. Probably they ask me for screen time maybe a little earlier. I'm like, what are you supposed to be doing now? And they go and check. I say, I'm supposed to be doing this. I say, okay, can you do it? What am I supposed to say? Okay, mom, I'm supposed to be tidying up. Then attend to what you're supposed to be doing before your screen. See, all of that puts you in check. So parent burnout when everything depends on them. They are running from pillar to post. There's no structure. Like I said, decisions are made from exhaustion. You're just coming back and you just want to sleep. So anybody can just do anything, and get away with whatever you want to get away with. So burnout is not a character problem, it is a system problem. And one of the things I told the people in the accountability system is that systems are not emotional. If you live in a well-structured society, if a plane is going to take off at a certain time, it's going to take off. That is a working system. All right, that is a working system. All right, and of course, at FEM Academy, I'll keep saying it. We teach parents how to replace overwhelmed with simple, repeatable structures that support both parents and the child. Simple. One of the activities we did in the academy that we've done this January was that we said write an encouragement letter to your child. Write an encouragement letter, and I got a overwhelming testimony. Write an encouragement letter to your spouse, write an encouragement letter to your kids, and I got a lot of feedback, okay, from there. So there are 3 shifts in parenting, okay, that you should look out for in 2026. 3 shifts for parenting in 2026. Number 1, you want to move from control to connection. You've been controlling that child. Stop this, stop that. You are moving from control to connection. You cannot correct a child that you have not connected with. You cannot discipline a child that you have not connected with. A lot of us were controlled, and from that control, some of us wanted to run away from home, some of us wanted to join bad gang, some of us wanted to do terrible things. Why? Because we felt like we were controlled. Okay, and some of us, that's how we got married to the person that we got married to, because we felt like, hey, I want to leave this house, I'm okay, I'm ready, even though you are not ready, but you just want to have your own space, your own air, and all of that stuff. So your children thrive better when you connect with them. Sometimes you just have to let kids be kids. Okay, when some things happen, something happened recently, and I think something spilled and all of that stuff, and my son was like, oh my goodness, it spilled, and I just said, oh, sorry about that, it was just a mistake. And really, it's not like he intentionally went there and threw the things away. I could have been careful, but it was a mistake. Everybody goes through mistake, but some of us, we received the beating of our life with just that small mistake. So children don't become grounded because they are controlled. They become grounded because they are connected. Let me take that again. Children don't become grounded because they are controlled. They are grounded because they are connected. They see themselves as a vital part of the whole decision making. And just like I shared with you about with my kids, we didn't just plan their vision board for them. No, we invited them, we asked them questions, and they were able to answer. They know what they wanted. Even if it was something not so okay, we'll just help them refine it and say, oh no, you can't make that choice here, you do this, you do this, you do that. Okay, connection is predictable routines. I just showed you the charts, the calendar. They are very predictable routine. You know what you are doing every day. Christine is going to read Genesis, Exodus, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Psalm, some selected scriptures in the book of Psalm and Proverbs, and of course Corinthians. Okay, this year, and that's it. So she knows what she's supposed to be doing. Okay, she knows what. You don't want to have yourself in an environment where you create idle moments and all you do is give your children a screen. All you do is give your children a screen. So you don't want to do that. Okay, and when you do that, you are outsourcing your parenting. Those are the people that are doing your parenting job for you. Yes, you can tell yourself all of that lie and say, I'm a very, very busy person. And screens are doing your parenting for you. You will get the result of screen. That's why you're shouting. Those people that are created all of that screen, they don't. There was no how do I say? They are not in your vision. And that's even if you have a vision. So if you have a vision, when I mean vision, like your parenting journey, there should be a vision. Okay, when you have a vision, you can, align it with the different things that are on your path. Yes, screen is not a bad thing, but it should align with where you are going. Like my kids, at least they do a minimum of 1 hour screen per day, and that 1 hour, maybe they're watching documentary, they're watching this. Carefully curated screen time based on what they are learning. Okay, not just endless screen time. Of course, we give them a little bit space on that maybe during the holidays, but holidays are over, we're back in school. Okay, so the key is this is a key foundation in FEM Academy. We help you with structures, with systems, with strategies, with schedules. Yeah, we said number 1 is from control to connection. Number two is reacting to structuring. From reacting to structuring. Many homes run on reaction. Make up your mind not to run on reaction. Reacting to behavior, reacting to stress, reacting to problem. Rounded homes run on structure. I came back from work, I think last week or something. I was so tired and all of that stuff. And my kids came to me, mommy, mommy. I was happy. Then for the next couple of minutes, my daughter was just around me, mom, 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 mom. I didn't know when I almost yelled like, what? Why are you calling me? I just came back. And the moment I just said that, I just said to myself, what are your triggers? What's triggering you? What is getting you upset? You are tired. So probably you need to rest. So I now called. I said, T, I'm actually tired. I've had a long day at work. Can you give me maybe like some 10 minutes? Let me rest and I can pick up myself back and I'll come to you and we can have a good time. How does that sound to you? She said, perfect, mom. I said, good. So I took my break. So at that point, I was also asking myself a question. What is this child's behavior telling me? Number one of the things I heard from my behavior was, mom, I miss you. I want to be around you. I want to spend time with you. I want to gist with you. I want to talk to you. That was all I heard. I didn't see somebody nagging and disturbing me. At first, that was what I saw. But the moment I was able to calm down, I saw somebody was trying to connect with me. So, I just, because of the kind of structure, I took a deep breath, I sat down, and we were back together. So you shift from reacting to structuring. Don't run your family, your home based on shouting, yelling, screaming. You don't need all of that, okay? Set the family rules, everybody knows what they are doing. Like we have the different chores for our kids in the house. At a certain time in the day, you are supposed to be doing your chore. So even before you go to bed, before you do story time, you should do your chore. So that's the tick. The first person you finish your chore, you're welcome to story time. But you don't finish your chore, that's it. Then the third one is that from parenting alone to parenting intentionally. You have been doing it by yourself. And that thing that you are even doing by yourself, I don't understand it. Because you are out of the house 5 a.m., you are back 7 p.m., you're like, have you eating? Okay, fine. How was school today? Oh, okay, bye. That's all. One of the things you need to understand that you are parenting a generation. One child is equal to a generation. I mean, look at our Lord Jesus Christ. One child. Just one. All right? So you are parenting not just a child. After today, look at your children. Don't see them the same way. See them like a generation. They are generation, and you are a generational shifter. Like I said at the beginning of the webinar, until you arise, before everything under you will arise. Okay, so you move from parenting alone to parenting with a community. I mean, if you are in a community, somebody is going to be there. You have somebody that you are paired with, checking up on you. We're on that part of our structure, checking up on you, finding out. At some point in the academy, I will type, if you need help, tell me. Shout, I need help. People say, I need help, please help me. All right. You're not meant to figure parenting out alone. One of the biggest causes of burnout is isolation. Only you are doing your own thing by yourself. You can't parent with 1920 or 1980 or that age that you were born. It's not the same era. It's not the same dispensation. I don't know how best to shout this to you. It is not the same. It is not the same, Back then, you didn't even have mobile phones, but now there are mobile phones everywhere. It is not the same. It is not the same. All right? And of course, that's why we have the Fame Academy. You see, I've said it like over and over and over and over again. You need that structure. You need that structure. You need someone to hold your hand. I'll tell you a story. One of my coaches said to us one time that a horse and a frog wanted to run a race, and the horse said to the frog, look at this thing. You think you know better than me? You think how many legs do you even have? How do you even move? All of that stuff. And The frog did not even make any fuse. He didn't do anything. Just said, we'll meet at the race. On your mark, and on the day of the race, on your mark, get set, ready, go. The horse, and it went off. But one of the thing that the frog did was that the frog had a strong community. So at every junction, at every point in time in the race, he planted his community member there. So the person that started the race was not the person that finished the race, but they worked together in collaboration. So you see how that goes very, very, very far. Okay? It's not by, I said something at the beginning that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That one does not work anymore. When the going gets tough, the tough should look for an accountability partner, should look for somebody that will hold them by the hand, that will guide them and help them, get to their parenting goal. And of course, that's where you have the family vision, because if your vision aligns with another person's family, you can look at it together and say, I need help in this area. I need help in this area. I mean, when your children grow up, who are they going to marry? It's not the person that you have seen that, this person's parenting. Not, how do I say this thing? They say it takes a village to raise a child. I say it takes a village with sense to raise a child. And we're intentionally creating that village with the FEM Academy, where we are parenting with intention, where we are parenting like our life depends on it, because it actually does. One of my coaches and mentors used to say that excuses are cheap, those who make them are not wise. So if you keep giving yourself excuses and tell yourself tomorrow, I'll do it well next year, you are at the beginning of a new year. Get up. That is the word of the Lord to you today. Stand up on your feet, arise, and begin to parent. You have been praying and say, God, give me an encounter, give me a shift, give me a sign, give me this. This is that sign that you're looking for. This is that shift. This is it. I mean, look at the story of Jacob in the Bible. And until he had that encounter, everything remained the same. That encounter that you're looking for, this is that encounter. Arise! Yes, I know that woke you up. Arise, 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 and take your parenting serious, because a lot of life are dependent on it. Okay, so before we close, there are 3 things that you can start doing immediately. Number 1, create a predictable daily rhythm your children can rely on. Number 2, replace yelling with calm and consistent responses. I have some carefully curated books. If you send me a DM, I can recommend some books for you to start before we meet up in the new cycle. But for now, you just have to be reading books. And when we come to you like this with our webinars, you can, you pick some point from us, and of course you run with it. So you can only set your alarm. I think we have one webinar per month. So the next time I'm going to be seeing you here for the general webinar will be next month, in the month of February. In the month of February, we're talking about connection. Yeah, connection. That's a beautiful month. Okay. Yes, so replace yelling with calm and consistent response. Decide value first, and then discipline from values. Okay, all right. Then small shifts create emotional grounding over time. You don't rush everything. Don't rush the process. Little by little, and tell yourself that you are becoming. Don't let anybody put you under pressure. Tell yourself, I'm becoming. The whole idea is for you to arise. Once you arise, everything around you will feel the impact. So if tonight's conversation resonated with you, this is only the introduction. At the FEM Academy, we help family build emotional, safe homes, raise grounded children, responsible children, replace guesswork with structure, with strategy, with skills, with schedules, with systems, with solution. Whether you are engaged through our free resources, or session or structured program, our heart is to support families at different levels. Don't say, this thing that she's saying is for children, baby children. No, the same principle applies. Amazingly, the same principle applies in marriage. And for some people that probably your parenting is already at a point where you need serious help, you can send us a DM. You can book a session with us, a counseling session, a coaching session, and we can work out a plan. You don't have to necessarily wait till the end of the year, really. You can book a session and we can work out a plan where we have a one-on-one time with you, and we can, help you. And if you have any questions you would like to ask, you can send it, to my DM or leave it in the chat section, and I'll pick it up from there and get back to you. Leave it in the chat section with your phone number, or you can just, send us a chat, with our number in the description. Okay, I'm glad that we had this webinar today, and I'm sure you took something away from here. Let me see that fire emoji. Let me see you in the comment section. Let me see you with whatever your take home is from today's webinar. Put it right there. Put it right there. Put it right there. Yes. Let me see it. Let somebody see it. Somebody else coming to catch the replay. Let them see it, and they will definitely be inspired and, of course, blessed by what they learned in today's webinar. I'd like to say a very big thank you to every one person connected with me today to participate, to learn to raise grounded children in 2026. I know you're trying. I want you to give yourself a pat on the back, just like this. Yeah, I see you. You are doing very well. Just take a step to the next level, and let's parent with intention. Let's parent better. Let's parent with purpose. Let somebody see our kids 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, and say, hey, mom, you did a very good job. Of course, we are not doing it for them. We are doing it, to instill in them instilling them the right thing. Okay, so you're not doing it for other people. You are doing it for yourself. All right, until I come your way again, I remain, for the people in the community, their favorite coach. For you, I'm Coach PB. Until I come your way in the month of February, I will say au revoir, à la prochaine. That means bye.